Hello, good day viewers. I am Dr. Rajni Yadav, Assistant Professor of Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication or program BAJMC semester first. Today we are going to have a lecture on the subject communication concept and processes. That code is BAJMC 101 on the topic communication, definitions of communications and element and processes of communications. So viewers, let's talk on the meaning and the various definitions of the communication. You know the students, the word communication originates from the Latin word communis, which means common, communion, community, communism, commonality, communalism, etc. and are some related words having the same linguistic roots. Similarly, never and never. So, these terms are being coined as the concepts of communications, assumes important day by day. Communication technology, communication media, communication age, communication management are just a few. As the very terms indicates, the ultimate aim of the communication process is to create commonness between communicator and the receivers of the message. Through communications, both communicator and receiver enter into a mental agreement. So thus, they achieve their goal, which may be expression of an emotion or transmission of an idea. So students, now let us look at some of the definitions of communications. Talking about first definition, that was by Oxford English Dictionary, communication means communication is the transfer or conveying of meaning. You know, another definition, communication is the communication is transmission and interchange of facts, ideas, feelings or course of action, that was given by Leland Brown. Let's talk about the third definition of communication. It means communication is a process of sharing or exchange of ideas, information, knowledge, attitude or feeling among two or more persons through certain signs and symbols. Viewers, here we have another definition of communication that was given by Wilbur Schramm. The communication is a mechanism through which human relations exist and develop. So students, now move forward to the process and elements of communication. So student, communication is a dynamic process that involving series of actions and reaction with a view to achieving a goal. How does it work? Think that you are in conversation with your friend. You as a sender or communicator or formulate that encode message or idea message as best as you can pass on the message to your friend, who to the best of his ability receives or acts on the message, that is decoding. He responds for formulating his own message and communicate to you, that is feedback. Now student, if you think your message is understood or well received by your friend, then you go ahead with the next idea that you have in your mind, and the conversation goes on and on. Communication, you know student, is therefore a two-way process. The ability to receive is as important as the ability to understand. So students, elements of communication refers to the basic components involved in an act of communication. These elements are also known as universals of communication because they are present in every communication act. So let's talk one by one briefly about these elements. First we have source. Students or our viewers, source is a person who sends message or a signal in the source. in a communication. Communication, by definition, demands that someone sends signals and someone receives them. So students, now move forward to our second element of communication, that is receiver. Receiver is a person who receives the message or signal, is the receiver in a communication process. Next element we have context. The viewer communication always takes place within a context. It can either restrict or stimulate the communication process. Communication in a funeral home, a public park, a cricket stadium and in a church will be entirely different. Next element we have message. In a message is anything that is sent and received. Generally, we think of communication messages as being verbal, oral or written. We can also communicate non-verbally also. Now viewers, we have another element of communication, that is channel. It is a route or vehicle along which the message is transmitted from a sender to a receiver. When you talk to a friend, sound waves that carry your words constitute the channel. When you write something, the piece of paper becomes the channel. Newspapers, magazines, radio, television and new media or internet become the channels in the mass communication. Now viewers, we talk on our another element of communication, that is noise. So viewer, noise is communication refers to anything that distorts or interferes with the message. The screening of a passing car, sunglasses a person wears, prejudices, bias, poor grammar, etc. interfere with the effective and efficient transmission of messages from the sender to the receiver. Thank you viewers for watching this video lecture on communication definition of communication and elements in the process of communications. I hope you like and understand this lecture, and please don't forget to like, comment and share this video lecture. And the viewers, the most important for further latest video, please do subscribe to our channel Tecnia TV. Thank you.